So what's going on, guys? It's Jeremy, it's speedboxing. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel before you click onto any of the vids. Also comment below in the comment section if you guys have any opinions on what I'm saying in any of the videos. Like always, it is appreciated if you guys could drop me a quick sub or two on my channel. So this is a prediction video for the upcoming heavyweight fight this weekend between Jarrell Big Baby Miller and Mariusz Wach. And this is an interesting fight because it seems that Jarrell Miller's going through these fringe level heavyweights. Is he doing it to gain experience, or is he just keeping active and biding his time before he gets an opportunity at an Anthony Joshua or a Deontay Wilder or something like that? But I think these fights are good for him, for his experience and stuff like that, because this is the guy who's only been boxing properly for the past 4 or 5 years, you know what I mean? Before that, he was doing kickboxing. He was a fighter for Glory Kickboxing and stuff like that. So I think these fights are good for him to learn and stuff like that on the job and just to develop him. But you know what you're getting with Jarrell Miller. Jarrell Miller is just a big, strong guy, 298 pounds. Even though he's only what, 6'4" in height, like this guy is absolutely huge when he gets into the ring. And it's not like he's not looking like Ruslan Chagayev with a big pot belly or something like that. No, he's just like very bulky. You know what I mean? He's got a big frame and stuff like that, Jarrell Miller. And he just uses his size and his strength in fights, you know what I mean? And he opposes himself on opponents, walks them down, pins them to the ropes, just knackers them out basically, landing shots to the arms. Like, they're not clean, effective shots all the time by Jarrell Miller. But the fact is, he just constantly pressures his opponents, and it kind of mentally fatigues them in there, and it just puts them into survival mode. And you've seen it in the Gerald Washington fight. Like, Gerald Washington was done after 4 rounds, was totally done. And Gerald Washington is quite a athletic guy and stuff like that, but he was just totally spent after 4 rounds with Jarrell Miller, because Jarrell Miller just put it on him, and he just kept turning that pressure cooker up and up and up during the fight, you know what I mean? And Mariusz Wach, like, you know what you're getting with Mariusz Wach. You're getting a guy who's very tough. He'll come and try Mariusz Wach, even though he can be very limited, Mariusz Wach. Like, we saw that in the Klitschko fight. He was totally out of his depth in that fight. But he managed to take so many heavy shots on Vladimir Klitschko and survive the fight. Like, he was taking clean, hard, brutal shots from Vladimir Klitschko. Like, the guy's chin is absolute granite. And he's only ever been stopped once, and that was by Povetkin. But even in that fight, he wasn't hurt or dropped or anything. He was stopped due to facial damage. So, yeah, I think this fight could be interesting to see if Jarrell Miller can stop Mariusz Wach, because I think that would be an achievement, because Vladimir Klitschko couldn't do it, and he throws a lot more cleaner shots than Jarrell Miller, and he hits a lot harder. So if Jarrell Miller is able to stop somebody like Mariusz Wach, then that's an achievement. But Mariusz Wach, in my opinion, is past his sell-by date now. Like, in his fight against Nascimento not long ago, he looked very flat. In that fight, he was using his height and reach a little bit. Like, he doesn't tend to usually do that much in fights, Mariusz Wach, but he did in the Nascimento fight. But then, as the fight went on, he got very, very flat, very, very quick. And he just couldn't get his punches off, and he allowed Nascimento to get back into the fight. And Nascimento's a journeyman. And in his fight after that, he fought Erkan, and that was a decent performance. Like, he managed to outwork Erkan in there and get the victory. Like, that was a decent win for Mariusz Wach. But I just think Jarrell Miller will just be too much for him. I think Jarrell Miller will just be on him. He'll be the one outworking him in there. I'm not sure if Jarrell Miller can stop him, but I definitely think he'll outwork him. And I think he'll win the fight on points, probably a wide decision or something like that, because I just don't see Mariusz Wach being able to outwork Jarrell Miller in there, because Jarrell Miller's pressure is constant. He's relentless. For a guy weighing that much, he's got a good engine. For a guy who weighs 298 pounds, Jarrell Miller has got a good engine. So it'll be interesting to see if he can sustain the kind of pressure on Mariusz Wach for 12 rounds of a fight and get a decision. And that's what I'm predicting. I'm predicting Jarrell Miller to win the fight on points, probably a 118, 110 scorecard, them kind of scores. So yeah, I'm predicting that. But if Jarrell Miller did stop Mariusz Wach, then I would be surprised, because Mariusz Wach is a very, very tough man, but has all the wars over the years and stuff like that affected his punch resistance in any way? But we'll have to see on Saturday night, innit? Comment below in the comment section. What's your guys' opinions on this? Are you picking Wach? Are you going to pick Miller? So yeah, it's JM, it's Speedboxing.